Hello there, it's me and Metropolitan, Elective ICT. Today's lessons, you're going to look at types of computer networks. So this is types of computer networks. One, there'll be another one which will take care of the advantages and the disadvantages of the various of the types of computer networks that we have. So this particular lesson is going to handle the types of computer networks that we have and then the features of the computer networks. My email still remains metropolitan38@gmail.com. Then my web address is nml.greysite.net. So without wasting much time, let's get straight into today's tutorials. Now let's include progress lies not in enhancing what is, but in advancing toward what will be. So Khalil Gibran said this. Now, if you want to make progress, let's take a goal for instance. So you set a goal. You see, you don't have to live each day beautifying that goal or talking about the goal. It means that you're just enhancing what you want to do. You're making what you want to do look appealing, and that is not progress. But progress really is living each day, trying everything possible to reach that particular goal that you have set, which means that you do daily tasks, ensuring that it is moving you toward that goal. So once you do that, you can say that what you are making progress. So progress really is not enhancing what is, but in advancing toward what will be. And Khalil Gibran said this. Now, lesson objectives. So after today's lesson, you, the student, should be able to explain the types of networks and then understand the features of the types of network. Types of computer networks. Do not forget that we've already discussed computer networks. So if you don't know what a computer network is, you should just know that that has already been discussed. In this lesson, you're just going to look at types of computer networks. So for the types of computer networks, you have the personal area network. Don't forget that a computer network is just a group of computers that use communication protocols over wired or wireless transmission media with the purpose or the aim of exchanging resources or sharing information. So these computer networks that I defined, you should know that there are types, okay? And then there's a personal area network, because when it comes to putting computers together, for them to communicate with each other or one another, the aim of that particular, the aim of putting the computers together really matter. So if you're putting computers together in a very small building, let's say your home, for them to communicate with one another, then you're looking at what? A personal area network. Now, in your home, for instance, okay, you have your computer network centered on a single person within a single building. So you as an individual, you have your mobile phone, you have your laptop, and then you have a small printer somewhere. You, that same individual, let's say they have this wrist watch, okay, a smartwatch. You see, and all of these things are connected in a way. When this is done, we say that you're running with a personal area network. So you can have a wireless access or a wired access. Now, with a wired one, it means that there's a cable plugged into a router somewhere and then plugged into one of the devices. With a wireless access, it means that yes, there's a router somewhere or a modem somewhere that is giving you what wireless access. In short, it means that there's a presence of your ISP, and then there's a presence of the devices that you're connected, that you've connected to each other or one another. So a personal network is very simple, it's very basic, and then it is used in a basic sense. So with personal area network, you're not really sharing huge files like that. You're just using the everyday things that you do. So connecting your phone to the Bluetooth, connecting your smartwatch to the internet access, where you can do a few things using your smartwatch and those kind of things. So with a personal area network, it's just you and then devices that you've connected, ensuring that communication is happening between these devices that you've connected to or amongst each other. Now, a personal area network has features. The features, by features, we mean how can one identify personal area network, or how can you tell that this is a personal area network? So one, communication is short range. So when it comes to personal area network, communication is short range. It's within the area, I mean, the home environment or the space where you've created this network. So if it is your phone is within the area. If it's your Bluetooth device is within the area. If it's about printing, the printer is within the area. meaning communication is what? Short range. Now, when you issue the command from your laptop or your desktop computer to your printer, that is communication. It means that your laptop has communicated with the printer by telling the printer to print this particular document for you. And because the printer is not far away from where your laptop is, we say that what communication is short range. So if you want to identify a personal area network, it means that the things are set up in such a way that they wouldn't have to have a long distance communication with each other. Wherever you are, you can access the whatever you want, the devices that you've connected. You don't have to be at a very uh, distant place to have these things done or to have communication done. Then it does not consume much power. Yes, so your smartwatch, your Bluetooth devices, your mobile phones, your laptops, yes, they do not consume much power. They do not consume much power at all. So some small power, you can get some of these things uh, done. You don't have to worry about electricity consumption here because the smartphones, once you charge them, you can use them for a while before you have to charge them again. The same thing applies to the laptop. The same thing applies to the Bluetooth devices and then the smartwatch. So these things do not consume much power because they are mainly built to run on batteries. So once you have the battery charged, you are able to use it for a period of time before you think of charging it again. So it does not consume much power. It is very less in cost and has still complex connectivity. Yes, you don't need to go through you don't need much understanding about how to go around these things. Connecting them is very easy. It is just straightforward, and it's a simple and it's less in cost, meaning it is not really expensive or very expensive as compared to the other types of network that we have. So your smartphones, your Bluetooth devices, they are always easy to get. They're always available, not really expensive as compared to the switches and then the other things that we have or we need in the other types of networks. Then it includes devices like laptops, smartphones, printers, etc. It supports both wide and wireless connection. Yes, when I started with explanation of personal area network, I mentioned that you can have wired access or wireless access. So it supports both wide and then wireless connection. So these are the features. These are the things that you see, or once you see, you can tell that someone is running a personal area network or not. Now, the next type of computer network is a local area network. Now, with a local area network, is a network that connects computer systems and devices in a small area, such as an office, home, or several floors of a building. Now, with local area network, it does with like personal computers, laptop computers, and then powerful mainframe computers. And all of these things are linked together using what the giving us a local area network. Now, when it comes to the local area network, okay, the reason why you would have local area network is when you're in an office environment. Okay, now with office environment, you know that offices are situated everywhere. Like if it's a big compound, you have like departments in the same organization, but at different places. You get it? And then you don't have to, it doesn't make sense that if you need something, you have to move from your office to go to a different office to get that thing done. So to avoid some of these things from happening, there's a need to network the office environment where each machine can communicate with each other or another device so that you don't have to necessarily stand up from your desk to get something done. Now, a key example is you printing from a printer. Okay, so in a local area network, you can share printer. You know, printer is very expensive, or printers are very expensive. And for an organization, you would like to be smart about the process. So in as much as, yes, you can buy a printer for all the offices that you have, it is not advisable. So you have to get a quality printer, about 2 or 3, and then place them advantage places. Now, once you do that, you can then network the place, local area network. So you can network the computers and the printers that you have so that every office can print a resource from about a particular printer. So you can share the printers amongst the officers where you allow them to be printing from that printer. So that this helps you to save cost, and then it helps you to also save time in a way where you don't have to get a lot of printers and you consuming a lot of power and then hiring people to come and fix the printers once the printers break down and all that. So yes, that is one importance of having a local area network. Another one is to avoid again the sneaker net issue, where you will have to copy an information or a resource onto a drive and then move to a colleague's computer and give that very information to that person or that resource to that person. Now, to avoid that, once the computers are connected, you can share files, meaning you can send a file from your computer to another person in a different department without having to necessarily stand up and go to that department and give that particular file to that person. So local area network is used in an office organization or office environment which allows sharing things like files and then printers, as well as business applications. So now local area network again also helps to share software. So if there is this customized software that application, so if there is this customized software that a company asked a software developer to develop for them, to avoid installing the software on every machine in the office. So assuming there are 300 computers in that organization, it means that the software has to be installed on all of these computers. That in itself alone is what? Work. So to avoid this situation, there is a server somewhere which is connected to a switch through which all the devices are also was connected. That's a switch. So once the software is on the server, all the devices connected to the switch will have access to that particular software and then use the software. So this also helps when it comes to sharing software applications or applications. So local area network is very good and it's something that is used in an office environment or an organization. Now, features of local area network. So it has limited geographical area because it is used mostly as places where devices are close to each other, like an office building. So yeah, so it doesn't cover a very huge distance, okay? It has its own limitations with respect to what? Area coverage. So it covers a very good area. So if you have an office, then you can have what local area network for that particular organization. So once that is done, then it means that that is the area that it covers. It means again that once you step outside that particular area, you are not getting access to the office documents. So you have to be in that area or be in the premises or within the premises in order to get access to the network. So it has limited geographical area. It doesn't span across multiple areas. It spans only within the area that the company sees fit and where the organization is. If you want more than that, then we are looking at a different type of network. Then data error rate is very less since data is transferred to a limited geographical area. Yes, so data error can be even noise in a transmission channel. Okay, it says transmission goes in the form of signals, and then a lot of things happen like external interferences. Okay, so electromagnetic interferences, signals from other places like the radio waves and those kind of things interfere in signal transmission. So when you're using local area network, because it is limited in terms of its geographical area or coverage, a lot of these things will not happen. Okay, and then sometimes, not even sometimes, you get signal interferences when you're traveling over a long distance. Okay, when the signal is moving from a place and then going to a very long distance, some of these things will happen on the way. So with local area network, because the distance is not far and it's within range, some of these things are avoided. So data error rate is very less. It's very less since data is transferred to a limited geographical area. Then delay in communication time is short, making it highly reliable. Again, there is no delay in communication because it is not traveling over a long distance. It is within the area. So once you initiate a command, it just goes straight to wherever you want the command to go, and then whatever feedback you need gets back to you as early as possible. So there's no communication time, there's no delay in communication time, making it highly reliable. Then it's a private network. It is not controlled by any outside regulatory body. Yes. So It is a private network in the sense that it belongs to the organization. So it doesn't matter even if you were the one who set up the local area network for them, putting the switches there, connecting the devices to the switches and the server to the switches and all that, and then even getting a router to get internet access and all that. It doesn't matter if you were the one who did that. It doesn't belong to you. The devices and everything that it bought, everything belongs to the organization. So it is controlled by that particular organization. And since it is controlled by that particular organization, it makes it what? Private. It doesn't even matter if that organization is a public organization. It still makes it private in a sense that it is controlled by that organization. It is not controlled by an outsider or somebody outside the organization. So that in itself makes it what? A private network. So you'll be able to access that particular network once you've been given what authorization from that organization or whoever has that organization. So it's not something that you can just connect to because you can, but it is well protected, heavily protected, so that people or attackers will not get access to the network and then cause harm or damage. So another type of network is metropolitan area network. Now, for metropolitan area network, it covers a larger area than that of local area network and a smaller area as compared to another type of network that is the wide area network. So with a metropolitan area network, it covers a city or a town. They say with a local area network, it's within an office space. So you can take the local area network again as living in a compound house where there's a central tap, everybody goes there to fetch water from that tap. You see, so you can use the houses or your rooms as the computers, and then you can use the pathway which you walk to where the tap is as what? The communication channel. And then you can see the tap as a resource that all of you are what? Sharing. So yes, so that is what local area network. It means that those people in the house are the people who are allowed to fetch water from that particular water tap. Any outsider would have to ask permission before fetching water. But those in the house can always fetch water from that place anytime without necessarily having to ask what permission. And it's because all of you are what connected to that particular water tab. Right? So this paints a very good picture of how a local area network is. All right. Now, if you want to have this same tab in a lot of houses, okay, within a city, then you're looking at what a metropolitan area network. So for a metropolitan area network, it covers what an entire city or town. It is not limited to a particular what house. So it covers a lot of houses. That is, if you are using the tap as in the water analogy, then you can have water in one house, have another water in another house, have the same water system in different houses. So once this is done and all of them are connected, it means that you have what a metropolitan what area network. And a metropolitan area network covers an entire city or town. Now, when you form a network, it doesn't mean that you necessarily have internet, meaning connecting to the outside world. No. When you form a network, it means that you are sharing things within the network that you have created. It means that you're not connected to the outside world. If you want to connect to the outside world, then you're looking at what? Bringing your ISP in to connect you to the outside world. So you need to get that difference clearly. All right. So with a metropolitan area network, it means that when it comes to resource sharing, you're not limited to a particular geographical area. We are limited, we are allowed to cover an entire town or an entire what city. Now, metropolitan area network comes in when the offices have what? Branches. Okay, so there is an office within the city has about two or three operating or two or three places. Now, for an organization like that, it is very important that you set up what a metropolitan area network so that at the end of the day, all the data that you receive from your customers will be in sync so that you will have one data different from the other data, though you are working on the same thing, except that the current office is not big to handle everybody. So you decided to what? Build another one in the same city or town, but at a different place. So to be able to work on one particular data and then put all your data together at the end of the day, for them to be in sync, then it means that you have to create a metropolitan area network for them. So once that is done, you can have what? One central server where all machines and everything is connected, and then all information is picked from. So with this, it means that all your data from the different offices within the city or town will be what? Sync. And then this enhances what? Data integrity. And customers will always be happy knowing that they are safe and their data is well protected. So for a metropolitan area network to happen, it means that we need what? A local area network. So it is plenty local area network together that gives us what? The metropolitan area network. And the features of a metropolitan area network. So it covers a geographical area wider than local area network, but lesser than a wide area network. Yeah, so it has a larger coverage as compared to local area network because it covers an entire city or town, as against a local area network that covers what? Only an office building or an organization, as against a personal area network that covers only a house or a small place. It is an interconnection of local area networks. Yes, so to get a metropolitan area network, you have to connect what? Plenty local area network together to get your metropolitan area network. It means that that organization will have its own network. The other organization, the second one in the same city or town, will also have its own local area network. The third organization in the same city or town also have its own local area network. And then all of these three local area networks will be put together to form what? A metropolitan area network. Now, it is controlled or owned by a user group or an internet service provider who sells services to users. So to form a metropolitan area network, then you need your ISP to come in because you are covering an entire city or town, which is not an easy thing to do because of the setup. You have to lay cables, you have to get good devices and all that, ensuring the connection. So it is not owned by only the organization, but your ISPs have to come in. So you co-host the thing or you co-share the thing where you have to pay them to maintain certain things while keeping your data and then having your organization move on. And there is moderate to high data rate. Exactly, there's moderate to high data rate because of how huge the network is. So you wouldn't have it in a local area network where everything will move smoothly or something like that. Okay, so with a metropolitan area network, because it covers a huge distance, the data rate, the rate at which data will be able to move from your computer to the other person's computer in another office, but within the city or town, is very high. Okay, because the machines the computers are connected, and because they are not in close proximity. So some of these things always what happen. Then it helps in the sharing of resources across cities because, of course, it spans across cities. So making sharing of resources possible across cities. The metropolitan area network provides uplinks for connecting local area networks to wide area networks and then the internet. So if you want to connect or if you want to have a wide area network which covers an entire country, then you need what metropolitan area network serves that purpose. So it just helps local area networks to become wide area networks and then connect to the outside world, which is the internet. All right, another type of network is wide area network. Now, with a wide area network is a network that extends over a large geographical area, although it might be confined within the bounds of a state or country. A wide area network is a collection of local area network or other networks that communicate with one another. So if you want a wide area network, you can have several local area networks forming what? A wide area network. Or you can have a metropolitan area network, several of them forming what? A wide area network. Now, a very fine example of a wide area network is the internet, which covers the globe, like it's everywhere. So the internet is a fine example of a wide area network. However, you can have a wide area network that covers an entire country, meaning all the country is connected. So you can share files within the country. What you cannot do is go outside the country to access Google and those kind of things, because that would mean that you have to connect to the internet. But in a country, you can do some basic things that a country has allowed or has on their service or the country's service. So the country can initiate their own software, their own applications and everything. So within the country, you can have these access. But once you leave the country, you cannot have access because it means that you've left that particular what network. So a country can have a wide area network to have the citizens connected and then help the citizens share files. Once you connect to the internet, it's a different thing. Though the internet is a wide area network covering the entire world, that is a different thing. But a wide area network in a specific country means that it covers the entire country, not a city, not a town. Once you are covering cities and towns, that's a metropolitan area network. But if you are covering the entire country or the entire state, that is what a wide area network. So let's get the types of network straight and then right. Now, the personal area network, the local area network, the wide area network, and then the metropolitan area network are not the only types of networks that we have. There are other types of networks, but these are the common ones. These are the ones that you will always see. These are the ones that you will always, they're like, it's common, it's everywhere. Okay, there are other types, like the virtual private network. It has a VPN that you use a lot. It's also was a network. Now, there is a wireless metropolitan area network. There is a wireless wide area network, and then the wireless local area network. All these are types of network. But the main ones that you will always come across are the wide area network, the local area network, the metropolitan area network, and then the personal area network. Now, the features of wide area network. It generally covers large distances like states, countries, and continents. I've already said that. Communication media used are satellite, public telephone networks, and then cable system, meaning how wide area network, how you're able to share files from one city to another city. Yes, so they use communication media like the satellite, the public telephone network, and then the cable systems. Then wide area network provides uplinks for connecting local area networks and metropolitan area networks to the internet. So now if you want to go the outside world, then through a wide area network, you can connect to the outside world, which is the internet. Then it facilitates the sharing of resources globally. Of course, it's wide area network. So in a country, your city, in that city, you can share resources with another person in a different city. So that is what wide area network, which helps. And then once you connect to the internet, it means that globally you're able to share resources with people in a different country or people in different countries. All right, so all too soon we've come to the end of this tutorial. Try the hands on the following. So try the hands. You have local area. So explain the following: local area network, personal area network, metropolitan area network, wide area network. Then state three features of the following: local area network, personal area network, and a metropolitan area network. All right. Thanks for watching. Next tutorials will be in types of computer network 2, and then this one will handle the advantages and disadvantages of the types of computer networks that have been treated here. Subscribe and keep the channel active. Until then, it's bye for now.